Good morning. We are going to knock out the Reddit Open Weekly this morning, and then probably have some other shenanigans later on tonight. I'm either gonna async the live doors race that's happening at 2 because I got something I'm gonna be doing midday, or who knows, maybe there'll be some multi-world pings and we'll have some other BS that we'll be doing later on tonight. We'll see. But I'm in a good spot. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna have a nice finish time hopefully on this one and not just feel dumb like I did with last week's seed. So let's just jump into it and see how things go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So a whole $20 to open up. We'll get our tree pull. We'll do all this other garbage we typically do in the beginning. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I'm already happy with bombs. Alright, that's good, that's good. Another bomb. Beautiful. More bombs. Beautiful. Alright, well. We're just gonna go with it because we effed up, so. We'll just do this a little backwards today. Alright, we skipping this? Nope. That's a sword. I want it. Alright. Let's do what we got at the library. Boomerang. Well, we're never getting that. So, rip boom. Already screwed up our pathing. It's fine. Excuse me? Alright, well that's good, because that $100 is gonna right to the bottle vendor. Alright. I like that. Alright, now we can go back down to Sick Kid. Kinda Slightly wrong order there, but whatever. Alright, fourth heart. Alright, whatever. Okay, that was good. That had some worth to it. Free flippers. Alright, let's go take a peek and see what's at Lumberjack. While we're here, we might as well find out. Alright. That's good. Alright, let's get this item real quick, just in case it's a key. It's not. Alright, so that makes the flippers really free. What do I want to do first? I don't have a ton of money, so part of me is like tempted just to go into Hyrule Castle. I think I'm gonna do Escape. I gotta remember I have a fairy in a bottle though. We'll have to ditch that unless the mirror shows up. That's awesome. Alright, glove is good because it does... If they get the key down here, then I can just do the back part through the drop down in the back of Escape. And then not have to worry about taking the time to Death Warp and all that. Well, actually, even if the key's not here, I'm just going to do it anyway. Because then either the key's in the back anyway, or it's in Dark Cross, and then I can just skip it. But getting the glove is pretty big. Okay. Nice. I never did look at my map. Okay. So, here are red, the other two regulars, so all Light World dungeons required. Get after it. Alright, so we have... Wait, did I get the map? I didn't get the map, so that's it. We don't need it. Alright, just in case, I'm not gonna... But I'm pretty sure that's the map that we didn't get. I could be wrong, though. I thought... Well, it didn't have it in the menu, so I'm gonna hope that I'm right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the map. Alright, I'm just running through what I got in my head. So I think we're safe. I'll grab those. We're down to 6. Okay. Well, now we have Aga 1 in logic. Alright, let's do this. I hate doing this check, but lately I gotta, like, route this in more efficiently and stop skipping it. Besides, if it's got a little bit of money, we're this close to getting Zora. I'm not gonna bother peeking the ledge. When we can get it, we can get it. There we go. So now we have Zora money. So now we'll go clear out Mini Moldorum and do all the crap down here. Take the 20 bucks. I got that anyway. Lots of money. Okay, Ice Rod. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, okay, money. Alright, well, we definitely have more than what we need now. Shit. Walk right into him. So if we find the Moon Pearl soon, I might just do the Agaplay eventually, but I gotta imagine that I need to find that Moon Pearl first. I mean, it could be on Pyramid, the good old Moon Pearl on Pyramid Troll. But I'm kind of thinking that I want that and maybe like a hammer or a hook in order to justify that a little bit more. Okay, well, now we have more checks in the mountain, though. But that does make the potential Agaplay a little bit more valuable. I'm okay with that too. Thanks for the bee. Alright. So just a piece of heart. Care about the ledge. Alright, let's see if this is valuable. Nah, not at all. Alright, well, we have a couple checks on the west side of Death Mountain, and then we have Paradox and Spiral on the east side. And I feel like that's a good idea. You fools. What we got? Not what I was hoping for, but we got plenty of stuff to do up here. Alright, you know. Ah, well, that's interesting. Well, now we need to know where the mirror is, for sure. So that's a mirror locked Terra at this point because of where the hammer is. So we have to find it in order to get up there. Alright, good. That's really good. So we'll be going back over. We can grab the hammer. We can do Hera. Inside was crap. Whoop. There we go. Let's see what this is. Alright, we got a red mail. Don't really need that. Alright, we can take a quick peek at Dark World stuff too. Oh, so they're all down there with green at Mire. Alright. Mire, Swamp. It was Thieves. Alright. Well, we can beat this dungeon, so let's do it. French vanilla at its best. Whoops. I think I'm still okay. So, a little upsetting that Thieves Town's a pendant, but we have... Actually, I don't like any of this. Alright, cool. Alright, we're done with Harem. Oof, the anti-hype cave. That was actually awful. Well... let's take a chance. I hate the fact that I can't actually do all the swamp, and I probably should have just gone there for it, but no way. I probably should have. Like, it handed me everything. Why am I not doing it? But we also haven't done this. I'm bailing. I'm gonna do the bad play, which might be the right play. Let's go to swamp. I think this is stupid, but I'm gonna try it. It handed me everything for it. I think I just gotta go with it and live and die by the decision. Alright, let's see if we are correct. I mean, we could get something really good in the first few checks here, and then that just tells us, yes, this is right. Oh my god, that is so good. I think I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take this bow and finish Eastern Pod. Okay. I think that's exactly what I had to do. Alright, so the first item check in Swamp had a bow. That's significant. So I made a 100% amazing move, bailing up here, going into Swamp, getting a bow immediately, and now we can come back in full clear Pod and Eastern. So I just got really lucky with the payoff there. And I would have been boat locked out of here in addition to this, so I'm happy. Made a good call. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm... Okay, can we stop effing up? Thank you. Get it back. Alright, next two checks should be small keys. And then we can head to the back. A book? Alright, so now we have desert that's also beatable. Maybe. Maybe. The boots could block me. Still got 3 items left in here. Alright, so Hummel's got something. I don't know why I thought I had hookshot selected. I certainly do not. All right. So clearing this out also clears out the red bomb, which is very interesting. That could be something fun to check out early. Garbage. Nothing but hot garbage. So, we need a fire rod. We need some Mario. Guaranteed. We need mitts. We might need boots. We don't know yet. We could definitely go to desert soon and find out if it's at least required for that. And then there's always the question about GT. Alright. We have a guaranteed item here and on the boss, so we're just gonna go for it, just in case. $50. So, not really any good items here, but whatever. It is a crystal. Alright, I think I'm gonna do this slightly unconventional. I'm still gonna go in the Dark World portal because I'm gonna just go ahead and check Vamos Tablet on the way. And then we'll go see if our boot's locked in Desert, because if not, we can get that one done too. And then we'll have 4 crystals out of the 7 done already. And then we have, like, plenty of stuff to do still. A 3rd bottle? We don't really need that. Alright, so we are hoping for a key in the first check here. Otherwise, we're going to be boots locked. Or the boots themselves. I mean, that would also be acceptable. Alright, so the dungeon's beatable. And we might be able to get everything if this is nothing. It's the map, so beautiful. Alright, so we'll get the small key here. Let's just go kill Landmo and then we'll come back in for right side. Don't need to set up a key dash if you don't have damn boots. Ooh, he tried for it. Out of my way. Oh, okay. Let's actually pick up the goodies, please. Thank you. Nice. Thanks, game. Freaking single arrow. Alright, one more item in here. No, there's not. We got both. Did we? Oh yeah, we're missing map and compass. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay. Alright, I think what we do... I'm gonna do red bomb to checking what's on pyramid. We could do catfish after that. And then we go over to like Thieves Skull Woods, but I hate it. I'm kind of hoping we get something off of one of these checks over here. Like, a fire rod would be huge, because then at least I can clear out Skullwoods when I go there. It's kind of what I'm hoping, but... we'll see. Back off, buddy. Alright, we don't care about that either. So let's see if this was worth. Nope. Well, at least that's better than just throwing a bee in the jar. This is probably the best opportunity just to get catfish done, so we're gonna do it. Alright. So, Village of Outcasts, Skullwoods, all this shit over here. The mitts are holding us back. But so is a fire rod or bombos. That would give me entrance to, with mitts, give me entrance to ice. I feel like, nah. Until Flute and Samaria show up, I don't really care what's on Ped. Alright, let's go up here first, even though this is probably not the right play, but if there's just a fire rod like French vanilla, then we can clear this. It's just unnecessary, thank you. Okay. I did call that. That's great. I'm actually not going to do that check right now. Let's just go back here, do moth and see if the second item's back here and then not worry about it. Okay. Let's check the chest back here. And then we'll work our way back to the front looking for item number 2 here. Not horribly surprised about a key there. That was also bad. Do I just have to let it go? Like, is that... I don't know. It's one of those days where I'm not gonna... Okay, that might be fine. Yeah. That was not the item. I hate it when I just have one of those days where I'm just like, no, you're just not gonna line this up today. There it is. Alright, well, Fire Rod was really good. As soon as I get mitts, ice is very much in logic, which is great. Alright, I know that's trash. I don't even know if I wanna... I guess we do this because it's annoying, but I don't want to abandon this too long, because by the time I get back here, we might have the items to do both checks quicker. Of course, I gotta do this the long way, which is what's shitty. We don't have mitts, we don't have boots. Alright, let's go to Vu. It was unnecessary. Okay. I mean, we need it for Toro Rock. I'm just not necessarily super thrilled right away, but it does make me think of a couple ideas here. I really just don't want to see a flute yet, or at all. Like, I'm okay if that flute just doesn't show up in the seed, even though it would help with movement and stuff. I just don't want it. Alright. I think we're just gonna suck it up and go into Thieves and see what happens. If we get 3 items in the first 4, we'll probably ditch, but it's one of those dungeons that loves to keep something buried deep. We got one. That's 2. I think we take the chance. Hellway definitely could have been a lot worse. Vanilla Mitts would be pretty funny. There's a chance. Aw. So, the part that's gonna suck about this is that I might have to go back into Swamp. I mean, I don't blame myself. Like, I think bailing after getting the bow is still a good move. Because there's no guarantee that anything else is gonna be in there. And that still might be correct. There's an item on blind here, and then we still have a few checks to do on the way down. So, bailing Swamp still might have been right. But I mean, I think I'd still do that again. So unfortunately, this didn't pan out. Besides, I might still be looking for a medallion. We don't know. Alright, let's remember to do Magic Bat real quick. And then we have Dig Game Stumpy K45. The only other check we have besides that, we have Ether Tablet, but going back into Swamp is optimal in terms of density. So that's probably what we're gonna do. Now, these checks were open for a while. I just didn't get over here because I was like, well, let's take the risk on Swamp, which ended up being good. Look, I already got refunded for this game. Not that it matters. Come on. Ugh. Alright, so that was trash. Alright. Stumpy? Alright, back to Swamp we go. It's really weird. There is a small chance that I miss go, depending on what opens up TR, and whether or not the boots are required for GT Torch. So I want to know who the psychotic one who's like, oh yeah, I'll just stay in Pendant Swamp after immediately getting bow. Because that's an amazing call if this is the answer. But I really still think that was, in most cases, probably correct. It just might not be for this seed. I'm gonna grab this key because I just want to find the mitts, hopefully, and leave. I don't necessarily need to beat it, and so we might check left side anyway. Because I don't want to come back in here a third time, that's for sure. So I wouldn't mind if there's another medallion in here that it just like shows it to me before I find mitts. That'd be nice. Boomerang. Everything hurts. Alright, well at least this means I can clear it in one go and not have to come in for the big chest. Alright. It would be an advantage for me at this point if the big chest has something. Yo! Oh, man. Okay, hold on. We're this far in. Let's just double check. I don't need to go to Argus necessarily, but I'm going to just go ahead and, we're going to do this. We're just going to check these 3 checks back here in case we get, like, Bombos or Quake. Bug catching net. Damn it, there's an item on Argus. Maybe I just beat it. Like, we're this deep into it. Left side swamp required for the big key. That's so bad. So yeah, should have stayed in swamp, but whatever. Bad. Alright. Let's see if this is worth. Nah. That's fine. Let's get out of here. Let's go to ice. And then we'll take our chances on being able to open TR. Wow. Thanks. We can just do this. I don't need to deal with these idiots. That's one. Good. Vanilla big key. That is the second item here. Alright, let's just wait a second. Yeah. Alright, and then... Alright, last item on the boss. Fine. So, we're only clearing this out on the off chance that we need something other than ether for opening up TR. That's my fear at this point. Other than that, we're in a good spot. Alright, we have full health going into this, so we can do our little trick here again. There we go. Dude. Alright. Alright, good kill. No! Don't want that. I don't want that shit. We gotta just see if this opens with either. And then we'll have other checks we can do up here also. And then if this is nothing, we have to leave. But it's the right thing to do. So, here comes the true thing. Are we going to be happy or very sad? Alright. Please be a lightning coin. Please be a lightning coin. Oh my god, it's not. Okay, well. So, we are looking for at least one more thing. Now, we got 6 checks here. Plus, we could do ether tablet. And we don't have a safety, so technically Spike Cave's not in logic. But we have a fairy in a bottle, so we'll probably still do it. Okay. So that's not it either. You know what? Nah. Let's go activate the flute. We can quickly do Smith Chain into, yeah. Smith Chain in the mire area. Damn seed's gotta hit us with one more damn troll here. Holy crap. Just do the thing. Sure. I'm so thrilled about another annoying location to check. You want to give me the mushroom too? Go check the stupid dig spot and then we'll flute down. So this has got to be Ether. No, it's Pamos. Really? Okay, well then it's got to be like right here or something. Or we just get Quake and we're gonna go. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Alright. So all we have to do now is avoid boots blocking an item on the GT torch. And even if it does, they could just be in GT. And there's not too many places left where they could be. Like, at this point, it's literally got to be TR, Mimic, Checkerboard. I don't really want to clear out TR. Like, I kind of want to go mode it. So, we're going to assume that we don't need him. We have no safeties. So we'll just... Okay. Oh, that would have been nice. That's okay. Good. Good. Alright, so we just need to dodge the boots troll. Or just give them to me right here. I'll take a cape. Cape is also nice. It's red. How we doing? Welcome. Yeah, this seed's been felt slowish because we can't dash anywhere. Pendant Swamp was like the ultimate answer. Yes, if there is no big key on the torch, then we can finish the game. So we just have to dodge that, so we're gonna find out right now. Let's see the answer. We are in go mode. Alright, good. I was a little bit worried. So boots not required. Okay. Hey, look, boots. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say no, that's for sure. Ah, I hated that. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. It really wouldn't be randomized without any type of trolley thing. Well, this seed had enough of a troll. I went in the swamp. Alright, immediately found my bow and said, let's leave. Which, probably in most cases, would have been a great call. Nope, you had to do left side to get the big key, to get the mitts out of the big chest. Yep. That happened. So... But I cleared a whole bunch of stuff before going back. Glove. Where did I find glove? That was a long time ago at this point. Escape, I think, had it. Yeah, I think it was the first chest in Escape. And then Moon Pearl, I don't know why I did that, was French vanilla. Fire Rod was French vanilla. So there was a couple fun locations for things. Nice fire shield. No. Nope. I do not. But it's fine. It worked out. Hey, I'll take half magic. Dude. Alright, so we're either looking at Bob's chest behind Ice Armos or the infamous tile room. Bad. Good. Just do this to get out of there. Nice bombos. All the helpful things in GT behind 7 crystals. It's great. Alright, I'm mad about that. Cool. Let's just completely screw up this fight. Can we not? God. One of these has got 1 arrow left. There it is. That was horrible. I do mostly Link to the Past, so this is definitely my top choice. Alright, cool. Sometimes I just do, like, this was just an open seed, so it was kind of more basic settings, but sometimes I do some other advanced settings as well. I'm kind of mid-tier, but... Oh, like, which setting? It varies a little bit. Like I said, so I do a couple, like, weekly, Asynchronous races, that's what this is. This one's always just open 7 crystals for GT, 7 crystals for Ganon, but I'm out of arrows. I need more. But some of the races that I do, like earlier this week, we did a mystery setting one. I've dabbled a little bit into doors, cross keys. Like, I do a lot. I'm part of the only all dungeons key drop follower shuffle tournament thingy. I did one match of that, but I have a second match coming up eventually. I think I'm waiting for 2 other people to play their match, which I think is finally happening Tuesday night, and then I play the loser of that match. So it's just been a little while. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually done one of those, but every now and then I'll do some different settings, so you never know. But like I said, I like to do some different stuff. Okay, we don't need to get demolished by these guys. Thanks, game. Yeah, doors is... I like the puzzle aspect of the randomizer a lot. That's why I like doing doors here and there. Oh, that was awesome. Thanks, game. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I like doors for the puzzle part. I'm not great at it, but I like trying. Yeah, I have a couple things I use to keep track of, whether it be item locations or entrances and all that kind of stuff, or just at least like, what do I need to progress through this dungeon? Let's see, what would be the trolley locations for the other bow to show up in? Like, if Ganon says that it's in Mire, like, we couldn't even get into Mire until we found that Bombos right in Bob's chest. Like, that's stupid. It's like, no one's getting that. There are a couple checks up here that we can just look at really quick, but I'm not, like, too nervous about that. Like, oh... Alright, we don't need to do stupid things. We might not make those, because I'm being dumb. Yeah, we're not. Alright, cool. Let's try again. Dude, come on. Just do it right. There we go. Cape check, like the bumper ledge. I looked at that, it was trash. At least you could visually see that check, so I knew there's nothing there. Hey, look, the other cane. Nope, swamp is fully cleared. The only I didn't clear out, it could just be in Turtle Rock. I didn't look at a bunch of stuff in there because I was more or less go-moding it. So 4 of the 5 checks I didn't get. And then Mire, though, we couldn't even get into. There's a handful of other stuff. It could have been behind Boots, too. You know, which obviously was in GT, so we weren't going to worry about that. So, we'll see what he says. I'm curious. I could have just walked right by it in TR and not cared. But if it's on any other overworld check, the only one that I couldn't access, or the only one I could access before GT and stuff was checkerboard. And I didn't bother with checkerboard because I got Quake out of Mire Shed, and I'm like, well, let's go back up to TR. I mean, I never even read PED. I guess they could be there too. Or did I read? No, I didn't read PED. Mimic Cave, yeah, that's not a possibility. Someone might post it when I look at the stuff later on. We'll see. But we'll get a hint from Ganon. Good enough. Got him through the phase. Death Mountain. So, that sounded like Mimic Cave. Could, I guess, I don't remember if he says something different for Dark Death Mountain, so it could be Spike or Mimic. Alright, let's just wait. Too late. Come on. Why is my timing suddenly off on this? Wow. Yep. Then we didn't even charge it that time. Cool. There we go. Alright. Good enough. I think there's going to be a lot of 150s or plus 2 hours for this one for some people. Thank you for the GGs. Alright, let's find out how some other people finish. So this one, they time with in-game time. So my in-game time will probably be closer to like 146 something. There's a 141, 136, 147, so I'll be ahead of that. 134, nice time from Kate. Where? Yeah, if I would have stayed in Swamp, it would have been good. $144. Yeah, Canario's a 150. 140 from Doggy. That was a little bit slower for him, too. Yeah, see, Doggy bailed when he got the bow as well. Yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, you get a bow immediately in Swamp, and, like, the first thing I'm going to do is, like, I left and I did Pod in Eastern and started doing other things, and it made a lot of sense, because there's a good chance there was not going to be anything else that was good in there. There's a couple 2-hour times in here that I'm not surprised by, so I'll be, like, middle of the road right now, but I can, like, if you would have committed to Swamp, it would have been significant. But I bailed and, whoops, ended up having to go back, tail between the legs to get mitts. But it's fine. It is A-okay. So. Yep. No, I'm happy with it. It's fine. Like I said, when that happens, it's like, oh, the pendant dungeon has all the crap. That's cool. I was starting to get worried when I saw that I couldn't get into TR because it was Quake. I had Ether. I'm like, man, if Meyer opens with Ether, then this could actually be as a Ped seed, but it didn't. So I was fine, and then Quake was like right there. Then I had to go with the not worry about checking stuff because the likelihood of boots being required was so small. So I ended up being right about that. And the boots were like right there in GT anyway, which is funny. That's good. Well, my plan is to come back on later today and either I'm going to find out that the Go Mode podcast crew wants to do a multi-world tonight, and I might do that. And if I don't hear anything from them, I might come back on. And at 2 o'clock, there's a live doors race that I'm not able to participate in or watch. So I might just get that seed later, and I might try it and see how I do compared to everybody who's in the live race. So that is probably gonna be my plan. So I'm gonna get going for now. Hey, thanks for popping in and chatting and hanging out, and I appreciate the support. Who's doing stuff? We can just kind of. Oh, you know who we gotta pop in and support? Thank you for the good luck. So speaking of the all dungeons key shuffle follower crap, my good friend Scanler is actually about to start his tournament match. So let's go and support him. Actually, it looks like it just started. So we're going to pop in, raid, and wish him some good luck. So please hang around for a couple minutes and check that out because it is pretty wild when you see how crazy this thing gets. All right, so catch you later. Thank you. Goodbye.